720p does not look good at all, and nor does 30 FPS on a 60 gigahertz monitor. I mean, I play all my PlayStation games on my TV because I don't get that choppy looking um, imagery on my place or not my place my monitor because it's like I said, it's just all a part of the monitor. If it's 60 gigahertz, playing at 30 FPS is really what I want to recommend because you're not really going to get um, like a smooth experience. It's going to look bad, but you wouldn't know that until you know actually sit down and see it yourself. It's like the same thing how I say about like people with 144 hertz monitors. I've never seen it myself, though I've heard from a few of my friends saying that once you go 144, there's no going back. Because like if you play 144, you're not going to look at 60 the same way as you did before. Which is like sort of the reason why I went for a 2K monitor because my graphics card can handle it, and I can play most if not all of my games at 1440p, 60 frames per second, all of it being at ultra settings. Uh, but the people that say that's 720p 30 FPS or try to shove it in the face like haha we could play it on PC now, I think they're just fucking liars because this is not the most responsive experience that you're going to get from this game. If you're going to play God of War 720p 30 FPS on the PC, I think that's just terrible because you're not getting the full fidelity that the game has to offer. I think that game is a masterpiece, and it in playing it with the uncapped frame rate on the PS4 was just made the game a lot more smoother for me. I mean, I have a 1080p TV, and the upscale and the resolution uh, wouldn't uh, wouldn't matter to me because I wouldn't see the difference. So I think that they're just PC fanboys trying to shove in the face of PlayStation fanboys or maybe just people who play on PlayStation and stuff like that. Um, there's always going to be those fanboys that try to get under other players' skins. I mean, I'll be completely honest with you, Jay. I think when you try to paint the whole PC community thing is pretty unfair. If you want to point it towards like PC fanboys acting
I
like that,
don't
that's perfectly legitimate.
actually.
It makes it
I
come
don't try
off.
to.
It makes
And
it come off
if
like you.
I can't fight everybody. I can't debate everybody, and I can't correct everybody.
Oh, I know that.
My viewership just isn't that wide. So I've tried to find different names, and if people want to be a smartass, and if they want to believe that I'm talking about every PC gamer in the world, every type of PC gamer, cool. Currently, I've started to say current generation of the younger PC community. The PC gamers that got started on their fixation with the PC gaming uh, after 2015, which a lot of them are on the younger side that I've debated anywhere between 13 and 15 or 13 and 16. Those are the people I'm talking about. I'm also a person that's seeing is believing. Um, if you're gonna try to slap me in the face about Red Dead Redemption, I'm hoping to see you post gameplay of it on PC or on whatever service you use, clips, screenshots. I don't know. If you really, really want to brag to me, not just you, anybody that supports PC, hey, play the game. Show me you playing the game. You know, if you're talking about the game is no longer exclusive because you're using PlayStation streaming service, which you have to pay them to use, and the money goes back into their company, a company that you don't support 100% or whatever their business models are, and you're still supporting them. And if you're going to stream it, I would love to see what the quality is. But over the last week, ever since they lowered the price, the people I've actually saw support the service more is actually the native PlayStation 4 gamers. Uh, but I continue to check. I mean, I saw one Xbox gamer stream it, and he didn't have a good connection, and it God of War just looked bad. I would not recommend anybody streaming God of War on PlayStation Now. I'm not saying the service sucks, but if you don't have a good connection, and if what they're really giving out is 720p 30 frames for streaming, that's not how you want to stream your games. That's not how you want to play your games. No. You want to have good reaction times and good quality, and you don't want to stream your games at 720p 30, and it's not even going to be locked, And it's not all up to Sony and their servers with the streaming. It's also up to the internet connection that you have. So, I wouldn't recommend it. It's a fucking stupid thing to me to tease me about, because I already beat the game last year. So, that hurt me.
I mean, yeah, I already beat the game too, and like I said, it's a fucking masterpiece.
Yeah, it's a great game. I mean, fighting the Valkyrie Queen, there's no way I can sit up there and say that anybody streaming the game will ever be able to defeat her by streaming the game. No. You need every advantage for your reaction times, and the best way to play it is natively on a PS4. There's no way you should be streaming that.
If it was ever released on like PC and still having the PS Now service, I don't think it's going to be coming to PC. There's no way in hell that's going to be coming to PC.
I mean, Sony's smart. That is a system seller. Horizon Zero Dawn, system seller. What is it, Spider-Man? That's a system seller. Kojima's very first game away from Konami, that's a system seller. I know they spent more money. I don't know, man. I just think they spent so much money. And, Kojima's a great guy. I'm going to pick up his game. I pre-ordered it already. But I think they spent some unnecessary money to lock him down. Like, to give him that fancy studio. To get him these world-renowned actors and audiences with bands and movie stars and flying him everywhere he wants to go. The guy is spoiled. He is, and it's not negative, but he's getting the treatment he deserves that Konami never gave him. And Konami looks like shit now. This guy deserves to be happy. I've never saw this guy smile the way that he smiled today at that Comic-Con event in Russia, and see such a huge crowd just wanting to see him and his game. It's awesome. It's awesome to see a developer respected that way. A legendary developer respected the way that he was respected today. He deserves it. He deserves it. And I hope the game gets a huge support. I know I'll be streaming it that day. I cannot wait to play that game and see the mystery that it is. I want to see what the fuck is going on with the United States. I want to see why those BTs have the power and how they got the power to make those craters in the United States. I'm so intrigued by it. I know he has one more gameplay video that he's directing that he's going to bring out. That's going to, from what I'm hearing, hopefully it's going to be heavily gameplay. So big money. He loses a lot of bets. He's probably going to have a lot of guns and shooting in it. But if we're done, I know this edge of the debate is a little bit shorter than the first part, guys. I apologize. I don't know what happened with the OBS. I was flicking around with my USB. That might have been the problem that disconnected it. But we're just looking at a fucking picture, so I don't know why I got disconnected because of that. But whatever. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna go watch Titans. Probably watch some anime. And
well, before I go, I'm gonna say something else real quick. I think that the reason why there's like so many people going against you and stuff like that is because of the way that you try to. I don't think you say things in like the right way. Like people may misinterpret you as going up against the entire PC community. If you want to say PC fanboys, like I said, it's perfectly legitimate. But fuck, I lost my train of thought.
No, I understand what you're saying, and it's confusing for me too. I used to be a PC gamer. that only played RuneScape and very, very addicted to MMOs. And when DC Universe Online came out on the PS3, I played the fuck out of that. When Final Fantasy 14 came out, I got hooked on that. I played that. I was paying for that subscription, and I played for that subscription on the PS4. I played Neverwinter when it came over. I was addicted to that. I'm not against some of the genres that are very successful on PC. I love MMOs. If I had more time, I would be on more MMOs. I would be streaming and posting more gameplay of MMOs, but I don't have the time, so I had to fall back on some of that stuff. As far as the gamers over there, prime example, there's so many genres, there's so many different types of gamers. I know that my brother was probably maybe a third generation PC gamer. He started heavily using a PC halfway through the PS3's generation. Uh, he loved his PC. He built that shit. He spent over $2,000 on it. I understand. I've saw other people in the PlayStation community. They have PCs. They have gaming PCs that are amazing. Sick Humor. He has a PC and knows how to use it much better than myself. Awesome PC setups. I know J-Dub has a great PC with a curved monitor, and it's fucking awesome to just see these setups for PC and have it looking like a bat cave and shit. Which one day I plan to have. I don't know if I'm gonna dive into PC gaming. That would all depend on how much time I have, free time I have to play on games. But with consoles getting more powerful and the lines becoming a little bit blurred with the architecture, we don't know. There clearly are going to be more PC-centric developers that make games on PC bringing their games over to consoles. Just like PCs, we might have to wait a year. You guys might have to wait a year on specific games. But I'm a gamer, and there's tons of games to play, so much so that I won't have to worry about waiting or focus much time on the prospect of, oh, I have to wait. I almost lost my train of thought that Concrete Genie is coming out on Tuesday. That's another game that I'm going to be playing until Death Stranding comes out. You know, so I never want for anything over here on the PS4, and I know that if you're Nintendo Switch fans, I know you guys are very happy. I know that, if you're PC, you have a platform so open. You have everything, every type of game you want. Now you have all these different types of streaming servers with PlayStation Now, and, what is it? What's the shit that Xbox got? Netflix? No. Fucking, the fuck is that shit? Game Pass. Game Pass. Okay. But, yeah, I mean, you guys got games. The only person that's really lacking is Xbox, But, I don't really like to see people brag and then they can't back their shit up. And, that's all I'm saying. It's great that you guys have that power. Some of you.
Yeah. I guess.
The one thing I wish that the older, more mature PC community members would address, which you can't. There's more trolls than sane people. There's more trolls than gamers out there. But the ones
before you say that, I would think that there are more like actual people doing that. The trolls are the ones that stick out.
Yeah, they do. Stick out like and I mean, I don't have enough time to deal with them. But when I do talk to them, I do try to ask them. Can you provide any proof to the fact that you're gonna support the game, or are you just bragging in the hopes that it's gonna piss me off? No, because at the end of the day, I'm going to make sure I'm not thinking about that shit or remembering that name. It's just as simple as that. I got a life to live outside of Twitter, outside of YouTube. Gaming is a great hobby of mine that I don't think is ever going to go away for as long as I live, as long as I still have my hands. But, I love gaming. I see you love gaming too,
Oh, yeah. It's a hobby I've had ever since I was like 4 years old.
That's a great thing. Nobody should ever miss out. But yeah, I'm looking forward to what consoles can do with their next generation of power and all the gadgets and gimmicks and whatever games and tech demos we're going to see next year. I'm excited. I'm excited, but I'm also excited to see what the remaining developers of Sucker Punch with Ghost of Tsushima and Kojima with Death Stranding and Naughty Dog with The Last of Us. I'm excited to see what they can squeeze out of the PS4 in the last year of it being out on the market before the successor. It's impressive. It's amazing. It's a great time to be a gamer. You know.
Oh yeah. Um, I won't take up too much more of your time. I just want to, end it off with maybe some advice. So, I mean, take it or leave it, your choice. Um, I would want, I would like at least like to see you get a better reputation on your channel if you were to say something like, I don't know, make a video where you don't have like anything against these people. The people that are being obnoxious about it is the part that you're having a problem with. Like for me, I don't have a problem when somebody has a preferred platform being PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, PC. It doesn't matter to me which. The only time I have a problem with it is when somebody's being obnoxious about it, like defending them as much as humanly possible without really thinking about uh, a lot of the negatives or something. You see, again, I'm being honest here when I say that uh, the Days Gone video that you made. I mean, when people talk about reviews and stuff like that, you can say that you enjoy the game, but I think people uh, get annoyed when if it's being reviewed like either positively or mixed, then you're jumping the bandwagon to possibly damage control. Not saying that you were, I'm saying it's possible. Um, and if you like the game, that's completely fine. But when people, but if you say something along the lines of it's just the facts, that's when people, feel that it's just, annoying. And I think when it ever comes to whether if a game is good or not is all depending on the person that's playing it. Somebody may play Death Stranding and enjoy the living hell out of it. Someone else may play it and hate every second of it. Um, it's just a vast majority of people would feel like that they enjoy these games, and then there's the vast majority that wouldn't enjoy the game, whether if it's being uh, problems with the game or shitty business practices. I think you would get a better reputation if you maybe uh, try to address them as like PC fanboys, or maybe not talk about it too much, and just talk about video games in general. Maybe make a video about Red Dead Redemption 2 coming onto PC. I'm not saying you have to. I'm just suggesting, saying how you feel about it. If you think that it's great that people are going to be able to play this game. If you thought it was great, then I would think it's great. Um, there is a game in 2018 called Dusk on PC, and when I found out that it was coming on to Switch first, and then eventually make its way to PS4 and Xbox One, I'm all in supportive for it because I love the developers. They made a kick-ass game, and hell, if they came out with physical copies, I'd be handing that shit out like it's candy. Um, I think that um, you may say some things wrong, as in like people may misinterpret you if you get what I'm saying. Um, I mean, if you just addressed it as just gaming in general instead of just completely Sony all the time, then maybe you could get yourself a better reputation. And hell, if you decide to get like a PC, like a gaming PC, like how you were saying earlier, like I said, if um, maybe say something on Twitter about like suggestions, whether if you're wanting to go for like a budget PC or high end PC, low end PC. There's a lot of people that will really um, come in here and help you out with it. I think people would be surprised if you were to go onto Twitter and say like, "Hey guys, I'm looking for parts for PC, like I don't know, like $1,000, for instance. What's the best that you guys can provide me with?" And I'm pretty sure there's going to be people coming in here and being happy, saying like, "Hey, JTech, uh, JTech is going on to a PC or looking into PC. Let's give him a hand with it. You know, seeing the other side more. And and like I said, I mean, I just want people to enjoy the games and stuff. I don't want people to just suck off the developers or the companies that provide these games. I just want to play the game. I mean, yeah, you can give them props if you want and stuff like that. Santa Monica deserves all the props they got for making God of War. Um, Kojima Productions. I can't say that yet because the game hasn't been released. So far, it's looking very interesting. So I have to give them props for that. Um, a game potentially coming onto PC, we wouldn't know until we get the full story here. There's no proof that it is going to PC, but there also isn't proof that it isn't coming to PC. So, like I said, all we have to do is just sit back and wait and see what's going on. And I'm just asking to just not jump the gun right away. Maybe not. Maybe just look into it a bit more and see um, articles or possibly wait to see an article about it or something. And I mean, hey, if Death Stranding does come to PC, what's your opinion on that?
Hello?
I'm still here.
Okay. Cool. It's almost 10 o'clock. So, what is that time? Been
For
streaming for, I don't know. Are they keeping track? 21 minutes for the second half. Okay, so an hour and 30 minutes in total. Okay, well, you have a nice night. I'm going to go relax and salvage the rest of this weekend.
all right, you go do